Hello, everyone. It's Snack from Crow's Nest, and we have some pretty amazing news. So, this is as of June 12th. It just got updated today. The horrendous decision that Konami made to change the NAWCQ Time Wizard event. I'm sure you've probably seen a video about it. I made a video about it. I know a bunch of other Yugioh players have covered it, but they are pretty much reversing a large portion of that decision. So let's go ahead and read it. What are the rules for Time Wizard? Time Wizard events use available cards, forbidden limitless, rule regarding drawing on the first turn, and dueling field of the selected Time Wizard format. That part is the same. New. This is where it used to say we're using the old or the updated card text and mechanics. Now it says Time Wizard events will use the game mechanics and the card text of the era in question at the NAWCQ 2025. This is an update to earlier FAQ. In the future, we will offer the TCG version of Yu-Gi-Oh's Master Duel Time Travel format, which uses current mechanics and card text but older card pools. Both Time Wizard and Time Travel will be offered at the OTS level. Okay, so this is crazy, but let's just keep going. There will be primarily 3 Time Wizard formats offered as public events at the NAWCQ 2025. I'm guessing Edison, Goat, maybe Hat, because they were playing on a Hat giant card. Oh, it says it right here. The first format will be April 2014. That's the Attack of the Giant card. The second will be March 2010. That's Edison. Yep. And the third is Goat. Okay. While these formats will be the primary formats offered, they aren't the only formats possible. If you and your friends would like to play a different format, come chat at the public events. Okay, so this is pretty awesome because it shows that we, as the Time Wizard community and the larger Yu-Gi-Oh community that had our back for the most part, we actually do have sway. We do have a voice. Konami does care about us actually paying to play in their events and buying retro packs and all that. So we can do things. It's actually very similar to, I know Kenny and Frazier were talking about Melee when Nintendo wanted to pull Melee from Evo back in the day, and there was a huge uproar, and they eventually allowed Melee to be played. So let's get into this. This is the most important thing to me. Both Time Wizard and Time Travel will be offered at the OTS level. You can keep going to your OTS store, your locals, and you can keep playing Edison. That is so important to me because there's a lot of people who can't travel to the NA events, the YCSs, the NAWCQs, or even in Europe, the EUWCQ, all that. But anyone can go to a locals. The OTS stores aren't going to be threatened with losing their OTS status because they're actually letting the people who built the format and played it the same way forever, they're actually letting them continue to play and they won't have their OTS status threatened. As for the time travel, I actually think this is fine. If they don't want to host Time Wizards at future events, then, they don't have to. I think it would be better if they did, but I think it's totally within their... It makes sense for them to say, hey, we really like the idea of this like kind of a custom format, and we encourage people to try it. But the most important thing is they're not going to stop you from playing Time Wizard anymore. And that was my biggest problem, is you're taking a format, Edison, where, people love playing with Goyo. They like playing dragons or, ancient gears or all this stuff. And Konami's saying, actually, we're going to kill those decks, and this is the only way you're allowed to play this format. Now they're saying you can play that, or you can play this alternate format that we're going to support at YCSs. And I think that's cool. So, in fact, I'll probably try out this time travel event. Not right away, because I don't want to send the wrong message, but I think an alternate format sounds fun, and I might give it a shot. And I especially think it'd be cool if this is all part of a Master Duel integration and maybe they keep running with this custom format and change the ban list because, now cards don't have priority. Maybe you can say, well, maybe this eroded version of Cat doesn't have to be at one copy and all this kind of stuff. So I think this actually has a great potential for the future. And like Sunny was saying, I watched Sunny's video and lots of other people. I think he made some good points. I still overall disagreed with him, but now that Konami's changed the direction, I think that having an alternate format that can bring in new players and maybe can adapt to the new ban lists and all this kind of stuff. So, they have an easy way to play it in Master Duel. That actually can keep a version of Yugioh alive that isn't modern. Because I know I've tried out modern, and it's just I just don't prefer it as much. I like the slower gameplay of your opponent sets a back row, and you have to make a read on that back row over the course of multiple turns. Well, they didn't use it on this card. They didn't use it on this card. Or just being able to set monsters. I think set monsters are just a fun part of Yu-Gi-Oh! That kind of gets lost in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless you're using some strange archetype like Mimigul or, Anyway, I think this is a huge win for the community, and I would still encourage people to go to the RBET Indianapolis, even though they're going to host Time Wizard events at the NAWCQ. I think going to Keegan's Indianapolis RBET is going to be a better event. It's going to be bigger, more prestigious than, some other Time Wizard things at the NAWCQ. And I think it's good to show support for the people, the grassroots community who built the scene. And so really great news. I think that this is just awesome. Anyway, adios.